You know, there are those of us who wake up in the morning full of energy. It doesn't matter how old they are. It's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know. I just don't understand because I'm not that person, right? I do not wake up in the morning filled with like energy, ready to start my day, feeling excited. I don't wake up depressed either, but I I'm just not that person, you know? And I think there's like this thing where sometimes people feel that it's wrong or it's bad not to wake up like filled with energy or, feeling excited about our day. But I honestly don't think that there's anything wrong. And this is the thing, right? To me, the way that I have come to decide whether something is wrong or right is how do I feel about it, right? And this can be tricky because sometimes, especially when we live in a society that is high in morals and values and all of those things, we often take those things as a blueprint of life, and it's like, okay, if I do this, this means that it is right. If I do that, this means that it is wrong, right? But if you truly get to know yourself, if you really take the time in understanding this body, this mechanism, your feelings, your thoughts, and how you create things and all of these things, you really don't need anybody to come and tell you what is right and what is wrong, because you will feel it. You will feel it so deeply in your being that you won't need any moral code, right? And that's what I mean by, I truly feel that it's not wrong, right? So now what is wrong is if you wake up in the morning, you're feeling depressed. You're feeling bad. You're feeling like it's the end of the world. You're feeling, maybe you're having suicidal thoughts. Maybe you're having, I don't know, you're just like depressed and you're feeling heavy and you feel like, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Maybe I don't belong on this earth. Maybe all of these thoughts, right? If you're going through those things and you yourself also have a part that recognize that this is not how you want to live your life, then that's where, that is wrong. Wrong. Okay? So maybe let's reframe, for the sake of just this video, I'm going to reframe this by, instead of saying wrong, this is where, to me, it's just an indication. It's like, okay, this is not working out for me, right? So if this is not working out for me, then I have now to I have to seek something that will help me make this right for me, right? So personally, even as a child, it always took me a long time to come back in my body. And that was because I would be traveling so much, astral traveling. I would be dreaming a lot and I would just not be in my body, right? And 80% of my time, I would always spend it in other realms, and 20% of my time, I would be in my body, or like just, it's almost like I would just kind of be tapped into the human world and being like, oh yeah, what is happening here? Okay, I see what is happening, but I'm not really interested, right? And so coming back into my physical body in the morning would just be so tiresome. I would just feel so lethargic and, I would be feeling like heavy. And then it would be really hard for me to even start thinking about the human things like, okay, now I need to eat, I need to get ready for school, I need to do all of this. And later on, I was like, okay, I need to go to work. It just didn't make any sense, right? And so because it didn't make any sense and because I wasn't feeling the way that I truly feel I should be feeling, right? Which is feeling light, feeling good, maybe not necessarily feeling excited all the time about life, but at least feeling like there's something that is not motivating me, but something that is fueling my life, something that I look forward to doing, something that I look forward to experiencing in this human world. Then I really started, taking inventory about my life and really taking the time and asking myself some questions, to try to understand like how I was creating my life, right? Why was I feeling this way? And so Now, fast forward, this is, I don't know how many years into this, game of life, or especially game of transformation, but even till today, I have some days that I will wake up feeling really excited, and I don't know why. I have a burst of energy and I take advantage of it. I've learned to really take advantage of, whatever I'm feeling that day, because I have learned like how I operate in like within different states of my being, right? I've also built a morning ritual because sometimes I can, maybe because of the way that I slept, maybe because of the nature of my my travels, maybe because of the nature of my dreams, I come back into my body and I'm feeling a bit off, and then I can start feeling my thoughts, and I can start seeing my thoughts being like, yeah, I'm tired and I want to do this, da da da, and it's not true, and I know that they're not true in that moment. So this is why I've built a morning ritual for myself, because before I can even start making any decisions about how my day will go, I need to first bring myself in a state where I feel like, okay, I'm in harmony, I'm back into this body, I am feeling light, I'm feeling clear minded, and okay, so now that I'm in this state, what do I need to do today? Even today, this morning, I didn't wake up feeling, energetic, but because again on this transformation journey, I have made also clear intentions about where I'm going. I know where I'm going, and every day, with whatever adversity that comes my way, with whatever aspect of myself that I need to face, and sometimes some days I deal with them in a way that ideally makes sense to me, and I have some days where I don't make the right decisions. And by right decisions, it's just that the decisions that are in alignment with where I'm going, right? So in the evening, when I take the time to review my decisions, and sometimes it can just be like in the moment, like sometimes I literally see my thoughts and it's like I'm feeling possessed. It's like this body has such strong memory, that I'm unable to stop the momentum, and I'm already doing this thing that I clearly am working on not doing, but it's like, yeah, it's like I'm feeling possessed, and it's like I'm unable to stop the momentum, right? And so I've also learned to just give myself grace and try to reframe those thoughts as I am in those moments, right? Without necessarily, again, willing and forcing myself into it, but just like being gentle and understanding and patient and giving myself the space to do those things, right? So that I don't end up creating like a traumatic memory, right? The other thing is that the way that I have created my personality is that I'm a night owl. The night, every theme under that is just like my natural way of being. I am more creative at night. I love the moon. I love the night. I love mysticism, occultism. I love I love darkness for some reason. And not darkness as in, evil things, but dark things in energy. Like dark matter really fascinates me, and I feel like it's just like my natural way of being in one sense, right? The other sense is that as much as I'm very compatible with the night, I feel that I am light myself, and that's why it's like it's easier for me to see myself in the night, because if I was just like light existing within light, I don't know, I feel like that is very boring. At least in my mind, it feels very boring. It's just like it's me everywhere. Like I don't see myself, right? So I need that opposite, that duality, to really see myself and to flow more naturally, right? So because of that, starting afternoon is where I really come out, and during the evening is where I feel like I'm mostly myself, right? And so that's when I will usually have like deep realizations, unless I've meditated unless it's like in the morning. But sometimes in my morning meditations is basically just like, okay, what are we doing today, right? But throughout the day or later in the evening, that's where I have most of my realizations. So although I don't necessarily wake up every morning feeling excited about life, what am I going to accomplish and this and that, the one thing that seemed to be true for my being is I'm excited about freedom, my own freedom, feeling and really experiencing all aspects of freedom, mental, emotional, physical, whatever it is, name it. And I have also found out that what also excites me is to free others. Like, it's like taking other people as well. And for me, it's like taking other parts of myself. They feel like parts of me, like other cells of my being in this, in the same experience, this experience of freedom. And not all my cells will follow me for sure, but for those cells that want to have the same experience, for those of us that feel like there's just more to life, right? We don't know what that looks like. Maybe we don't have a clear vision of what that is, but we have a deep sense of there's more to life. There's more to my reality. There's more that I want to experience. I truly want to expand. I want to learn how to be in perfect harmony with the co-creative energies. I want to be, I just want to be, or I just want to explore how far I can go, but I just don't know how. I have found most recently in my reality that those are kind of like the people that I also want to surround myself with, and that I want to be in co-creativity with. Because man, I will record a different video to share the vision that I now have, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. I have tears and warm tears, and there's just like this deep heart opening that I cannot express into words yet, but it's just like such a beautiful feeling. And I was like, man, imagine if this was felt by, I don't know, X amount of people. What would that look like? What would that do to our brains? What would that do to our reality? Where would we be living? Like, what are the shifts that would be happening? How would it impact us on a collective consciousness? And stay tuned. I will share that vision. I don't know how soon, but I will definitely share that vision. So in this video, I just kind of wanted to share that, if you're not waking up every day feeling motivated, feeling excited about life, it's okay. But if you're feeling like this is how you want to be feeling, and you're not feeling, and you're feeling that, I just want a different life for myself, then start looking for tools, reach out to people. And I would say that the number one thing that I would highly recommend right now that is like really quick, that will get you there, is breath work. Breath work is, I feel, and I have found that it's like the easiest tool where you can start, because when you have been operating in a certain way, you're not used to meditating, you're not used to quieting your mind, you're not used to your energy or your operating system yet. When you start meditating, it can be overwhelming and it can be counterproductive. It can be working against you, actually. So breath work kind of works with your energy. It creates space. It creates like space in your mind, in your body. It brings oxygen. It just naturally expands you. And once you're done your breath work, you create, because you've created that space now between your thoughts, your body, your spirit. Now you're in a state where you can ask questions and receive downloads, right? So you could ask something like, what is the first thing that I need to know right now in order for me to shift my reality? So I hope that helps. And if it doesn't, please let me know. Let me know how I can improve these videos. Like, honestly, share what your thoughts are, because again, we're in a an endless co-creative game. So I love feedback, constructive feedback preferably, but hey, any feedback is feedback. And yeah, I'm still on this journey of creating videos, of understanding my own rhythm, understanding my own structure. So I hope that helps, and until the next video, I wish you a lot of ease and love.